It can often feel that the weather is conspiring against us. Dark, cold and wet. But don't let that put you off. At the end of the day, it's not personal, it's just physics.
Hello my cycling chums. Although the weather does affect us on a daily basis and often makes us feel a bit down or simply cold, it's just a natural phenomenon and we shouldn't let it stop us cycling. For us in England, today it's officially the first day of winter. That's because it's the winter solstice. A solstice is an event that occurs when the sun appears to reach its most northerly or southerly excursion relative to the celestial equator, or its highest point in the sky on any given day. Two solstices occur annually around June the 21st and December the 21st. In many countries, the seasons of the year are determined by reference to the solstices and the equinoxes. So today in Australia, it's the first day of summer. But here's a curious fact to ponder. The Earth is actually closer to the Sun in the European winter than it is in the summer. In fact, the Earth reaches its closest point to the Sun not at the winter solstice, but a bit later on the 7th of January. But because the Earth is tilted 23.5 degrees on its axis, measured relative to the plane of rotation around the Sun, the Northern Hemisphere is pointed away from the Sun at its maximum in December. Enough of the physics. Simply put, the seasons are due to the tilt of the Earth and hence the changes in weather. Okay, so you couldn't care less. All we cyclists really care about is keeping warm when we ride. So in this video, I'm off to beautiful Mousehold Heath, an area of common woodland on the outskirts of Norwich on a freezing morning, where I hope to have a brew up in the woods and show you my new winter gloves.
Well, this is a nice little spot here up at Mousehold Heath. The sun is out and it's nice and fresh. It's the 21st of December, so I think I'll have a break and have a brew up. I've got some coffee and a Dutch waffle to have. I've set up my windbreak and I brought out my little mini gas burner, super lightweight, perfect for this sort of thing. Works off these little butane bottles. I think this one's nearly empty. Might be able to just get a brew out of it. Got my Thomashoe titanium mug. This stove should boil a cup of water in no time at all. So you really shouldn't let the cold weather deter you from cycling. Of course, probably the most essential part of your cycling equipment for winter is going to be your winter gloves. I've just received these. These are my new winter gloves from RAHHINT. So what I like about these gloves is that they're nicely padded and thermally insulated. Around the palms here, they've got some gel pads which aids comfort and absorbs some of the vibration off the handlebars. They've got a nice Velcro cuff, which means that you have a nice tight and snug fit. But most importantly, they have these little touch pads on the end of the index fingers, which allow you to operate your touchscreen computer. I've been riding with these gloves for several weeks now in various conditions, and over the weekend I was cycling with my cycle club in quite drizzly wet conditions, and these pads proved perfect. They worked every single time. Although I haven't ridden in extremely cold conditions so far through the autumnal conditions of the UK and Italy, these gloves have been very good indeed. Kept my hands nice and warm. Of course, the coldest weather is still to come in January and February, but so far these gloves have been excellent. And the other great thing about these gloves is that they are waterproof. Whichever gloves that you go for, I highly recommend you go for a cycling specific glove, and if you do have a bicycle computer with a touchscreen, then do go for a glove that has one of these pads. If you are interested in getting a pair of these RAHHINT, they retail for around about £30 on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below. Now it's time for that brew. I think the water's boiled. Got one of these little Dow Egbert sachets. Pour that in. Got a couple of sugars. Keep the energy up. Got a convenient little milk sachet as well. Pour that in there. Got a couple of my favourite Christmas waffle biscuits. Cheers. The other thing that I take on almost every winter ride is my down jacket. I think the temperature's dropping a bit, so I'll put this on while I have my brew. So here's to winter riding. Very Merry Christmas to everybody for 2021 and a Happy New Year. Right folks, that's my coffee stop complete. I hope that you're inspired to go out and ride your bike in the winter. So I'm going to put on my winter gloves and head on home. Bye for now. Thank you.